As the skies darkened, the mansion situated halfway up the mountain grew increasingly more silent, with only a clear, gentle female voice and an elegant, aristocratic male voice filling the air. This was the first time Luginian had held such a long conversation. By the time he came back to his senses, he realized that it was already late into the night. Even though Luginian wanted to continue this conversation forever, he didn't want to disrupt her rest. "It's getting late, go shower and rest." Initially, Tian Hao had no intention of staying, hence she didn't bring anything. When Luginian told her to shower, she frowned, worrying about what to wear afterwards. Luginian seemed to have seen through her thoughts. He turned to his changing room and brought over a t-shirt. After she entered the bathroom, he reopened his laptop and immersed himself in the last bit of work before going downstairs. Shortly after, Luginian came back up with a cup of hot milk. When he returned, Tian Hao was already done. She sat in front of the vanity table, drying her hair. His t-shirt slouched on her small, slender body, her dark hair resting lightly down her back, her tiny face clear of makeup. She appeared a few years younger, exactly how he remembered her from back in high school. In that instant, he remembered the day many years ago when they had shared a room. His eyes watered slightly as he stood at the door, quietly observing her. After she had dried her hair, he straightened and walked towards her to pass her the milk. "You'll sleep better with it." "Thank you." Tian Hao reached over to take the cup. After taking a sip, she seemed to be reminded of something. "Do you have extra blankets? You have an injury on your back, so my bad sleeping habits might hurt you. Or maybe I can sleep on the sofa." Every time Luginian and Tian Hao slept together, it was for a transaction. To him, it was normal to feel sexual desire for the girl he was in love with, but he didn't want it to be a transaction. But once their transaction was over, he didn't even have a reason to touch her. The mood tonight was too perfect, he wasn't willing to let anything taint it. Hence, the moment he heard her, he nodded lightly, entering the bathroom. Due to his injury, Luginian wasn't able to shower. He took a simple wash and entered the changing room to change into his pajamas. Before he left, he found an extra blanket, taking it to the sofa. This scene was unusually familiar. It was the same as the night many years ago in Hangzhou. Tian Hao held the cup of milk, trembling slightly. She placed the cup on the table and walked towards the sofa to look at Luginian. "Good night." "Take the bed," Luginian commanded, pointing towards it. "But you're injured." Tian Hao replied, hurriedly lying down on the sofa. Luginian frowned slightly. He bent down, scooped her up, and carried her to the bed.